What's up YouTube? Welcome back to today's video. First off, hope you're all having a great day today. This is our second night of racing this weekend. Last night we competed at the Yreka Outlaw Kart Speedway there in Yreka, California. Had a fun night racing with Johnny and my sister in the Outlaw Kart 500 Open Division. Tonight is in the 360 here at Cottage Grove in Cottage Grove, Oregon. Fun little racetrack. I think we have 11 360s tonight. There's a bigger race up north in Skagit, so they kind of stole a few cars, but it pays a little bit more up there. The Johnny Carroll Classic, I believe it is. But it's gonna be a fun night here, just trying to get some more laps in the 360. I've only done right around like 8, 9, 10 races in this car. I ran quite a few in the limited, but of course this has a lot more horsepower. We're getting ready to head out from Mud Pack right now, then we go right into hot laps and then into single car qualifying. So I always like going out single car in the limited. We don't get to do that as much, but here in the 360 we're big boys, so we do. It creates for an exciting thing for the fans and for us drivers. We don't have to worry about anyone else out on the track. So let's head out for qualifying here soon. We're gonna definitely go pack in the track, get some hot laps, then we'll be ready to head out. So this clip is inserted right after we had all that mayhem. I did want to explain because earlier, just everything, how fast the show went tonight, I didn't get a chance to actually explain what happened. So the bolts backed out of the torque tube, just like what we had happen at the night 2 of Spring Fling. But what our theory is, so we had that rough track at the Marvin, right? And so with the bolts, it backed them out and it stretched them. So what happened was we tightened them. We thought they were fine, but they actually were just stretched. So yes, they looked tight, but they just backed right out. So when that happened, it broke off from the rear end, which means we had to get our backup rear end out. We had to put that in the race car. We also found a few other parts that were broken. Like for example, the drive shaft got a little bit bent, but just in one little area. So fortunate enough, since no one else had one, we were able to put it back on the car and it was fine. We're definitely gonna get that changed out during this week. But there was just a few other things that we had to fix and we got it all done in time. Then we went out, the next clip you guys will see, we did like kids night. So tonight we gave away some bikes. We brought a bike to the track and luckily a young boy won it. So that was super, super cool. And with all this mayhem happening, us not able to find parts and last minute kind of getting stuff together, we weren't able to make our heat race, so we're gonna have to start at the back of the feature, but it still ended up being a fun night, as you guys will see from the vlog. So let's catch back up to right after what would have been our heat race, but our intermission. So we got a quick intermission here. I haven't done much racing tonight, only about 3 laps actually out on the track, going fast, and then also a few hot laps at the beginning of the night. Here's a look though, the track has changed a lot through the 4 divisions that have ran all their heat races and qualifying. So it hasn't moved up to the very, very top up here. And the reason you can't run all the way up here yet is because there's still like marbles. So it'll just spin the tires, it's not as fast. So the 2 lines right through here on the top, you just threw some water on it, and then the very bottom around the berm. those are the two preferred lines. I think the top's a little bit better down there and the bottom's a little bit better down in turns 1 and 2 because there's a lot more grip on the bottom down there and a lot less grip on the top, where it's the opposite down here in 3 and 4. But as usual, a typical racy track here at Cottage Grove. I'm excited to finally get some laps in for the A main event.
Holmes, go ahead and raise your hand.
Oh no.
Back up, guys. Back
Okay,
up.
we got a name on it. Tucker King. Tucker King, 668-590. Tucker King.
We're getting ready to head out for the A main event. Like I said in an earlier clip, I haven't done a bunch of laps on the track tonight. I know it has changed a little, and they did that track prep to try to bring back a little bit of grip on the top side of 1 and 2 to make it a little bit more even down there. I think our car is going to be right where we need to have it. If not, I can just move the wing forward or backward because we have it right in the middle now, so I can go either way if needed. But I'm pretty sure if anything, I'd be on the loose side. They're calling us though. I start 13th. I just want to make nice moves early. Be very, very careful because I have some guys in front of me that might be a little tough to pass early on. I just got to see what line they're going to, and then I got to go the opposite way, and I need to try to get as many spots early just in case the leaders are super fast that they work to come around. I got stuck. I could potentially get lapped, but I'm not super worried about that. Right now though, we're just going to head out, have some fun, get more laps under our belt, and let's see if we can get in the top 5 and maybe, you know what, give a chance at the win. just got done with the 360 Sprint Car A main event, and it was one heck of a race. I got a Sprite. I am wore out, man. It was just crazy, crazy, crazy from the get-go. So you guys saw at the beginning of the night, we struggled. We had some stuff go south. We had to change rear ends, get some other parts fixed. We were able to go out for the A main event starting 13th. Didn't get to run a heat race, didn't even get a lap in qualifying, only got some hot laps and then a safety lap to make sure our stuff was okay. After that safety lap, we definitely tightened up the car a little bit because I found how slick it really was out there. He did rework the track to bring back a little bit of grip, but man, it was right on the edge for the feature. So I started 13th, quickly after a 10-lap run, got into 7th. So I picked off about half the field, but then we started to get into some really fast cars. I mean, some of Oregon's best drivers were here tonight, so that was really exciting to get to run right behind them. Got a few Christmas gifts, kind of slid into 4th after Tyler Thompson unfortunately spun out running in the top 3 there. So got into 4th, was following my buddy Kyle Miller and Garen Linder, and I was just watching what they were doing because they were really fast, and especially Kyle Miller. He had his right rear right in the grip, and he was able to gain a bunch of time on 2nd place. So I started doing that, kind of caught him a little bit as they got into traffic and battling with each other and just dicing from both lanes, the bottom and the top. And then unfortunately, some guy spun out. He was doing like donuts in the track. You probably saw it on the GoPro. And Kyle checked up a little bit, and I had to run because he had to miss it. And I ended up sliding him, getting into 3rd, and that's where we finished. So it felt good to be on the podium once again in the 360. It's definitely a learning curve going from the limited to this 360 division. And I love racing with all the fast guys. I definitely think it makes me a better driver. And it's just fun when you run with the best in the state. So overall, a great night after, you know, starting not so good. But man, I'm gonna cool off, get the car loaded, and we're all gonna be smiling this week. Another successful night at the racetrack. So in total, between last night at Wairika and tonight at Cottage Grove, we passed a total of 15 cars in A main event action, which is something our team's proud of. A successful weekend. You know, you always want to start farther up front, especially at the sprint car races when you have, like I said, some of Oregon's top drivers. Those guys aren't going to make a bunch of mistakes. So if you have to come from behind, just makes it that much tougher. But Roger, Zach, and the rest of the team gave me a great KPC chassis number 18T sprint car here in the 360 division. I mean, we were on point for not having a bunch of laps and not knowing what the track was going to do. You know, I think we really hit the setup on the head, and as a driver, I got better as the race went on. I would say the first half I really wasn't that great. Once I got behind Kyle Miller, I got to see what he was doing. Being a fast guy, has a lot of experience, so by being able to follow him, I got a lot better. I started driving the car harder, started hitting my marks better, and just seeing how his right rear was totally in the grip and he was running down the leaders. And also, I always felt like I'm the type of driver, if I have a rabbit to chase, I'm just that much better. When I'm out front, you know, sometimes if I don't have someone to chase, I might just be kind of too comfortable. So when I have to come from behind, sometimes I'm just a little bit faster. But I gotta thank all of my partners on the car. A great weekend for all of them. Swindell Speed Lab, On-Site Screeners, Durango RV, Ferguson Waterworks, Knife River, ABC Powder Coating, Pape Machinery, Pape Kenworth. Also Lafarge North America, North Metford Les Schwab Tires, OMA KTM, Fast 4 Media, and Factory QRC. Those guys put so much into my racing career, supporting me and my whole team. Feels good to run good for them. A podium finish here in the 360. But that is going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also, one of my other partners, all of you guys who watch these vlogs, you guys support me like no other. You have my back whether I flip, whether I run good, whether I have a bad night. And so really, it just means so much. One last shout out to everyone who fixed the race car when we had all those issues at the beginning of the night. My buddy Brian, Mike, Roger, Zach. My dad and mom were not here. They didn't get to the races till later because they had another previous obligation, so they didn't get to be here for all the mayhem. But also my little sister Carly, Garen Linder, our next door, and then everyone else who pitched in. I mean, everyone, right when we had issues, they got their hands on. Everyone just played a big part in that, so felt good. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.